direct your energies toward a goal. When your energies are constructively directed to a specific end, non-essentials have a way of falling aside. Petty thoughts, useless relationships, ill tempers, destructive emotions that often result in ill health, discouragement, and failure need find no place in your life when you begin thinking of how you want your life to really be. Things cannot improve in an outer way until things change in an inner way, because the inner processes of the mind control all the outer experiences of our lives. If you are in the midst of an apparent failure, financial difficulties, or restlessness and dissatisfaction with your work, none of these conditions need prevent you from entertaining ideas of abundance, plans for riches, and mental images of the success which you seek. Nothing can stop you from moving toward your goals mentally as you ask divine intelligence what next steps you are to take to bring forth your desires. We live in a sea of energy and intelligence, according to the scientists, and we have constant access to its benefits, if we ask for them. Your ships come in only after you have sent them out. There is an answer. Many folks suffer along in the midst of confusion and dissatisfaction because they do not realize that this is a friendly universe, filled with supreme intelligence that will lovingly answer their call for guidance if they only ask for it. Concerning your present work and how to improve it, you should seek wisdom. Divine intelligence. What positive, constructive, creative thought, attitude, or action is my next step to improve my present work? What is the next step into the abundance, satisfaction, and freedom that is mine by divine right? A seeking mind is a healthy mind that gets answers to its inquiries, which lead to healthy, progressive, satisfying results. It is much easier to entertain and work with rich, expanded ideas and to experience vital, valuable results than it is to compromise with failure by dwelling upon small ideas and expectations. Recently, an engineer explained to me how thinking big and expecting big results had helped him to find that his work was truly divine, sublime, and most satisfying, as well as financially remunerative. In the past, he had been assigned to much smaller engineering jobs, but when through the application of prosperous thinking, his really big dream job came along, he was ready to handle it. He had prepared for it mentally and emotionally for a long time, and so it did not startle or unbalance him. The method which this man had used to get out of a job that no longer satisfied him and to be able to handle the really big dream job was this. He bought a little black book and began putting into it the biggest, richest, most successful ideas and statements he could find. This helped expand his thinking and helped him remain peaceful, poised, and inspired in the face of job satisfaction. It was thereafter that the biggest job of his life opened to him. For instance, he began his day by opening his little black book and meditating on these ideas he found there. This is God's day. A good day. I pronounce this day and all of its activities good. As he thought of the various activities of the day, he affirmed, my own right and perfect work awaits me this day. For the long-range work picture, he often affirmed, I demonstrate my right work now. For new ideas and handling various work problems, he affirmed, I am now open and receptive to the rich divine ideas that now perfectly inaugurate and sustain my business affairs. When discouragement or some upsetting experience arose, he affirmed, nothing can defeat me. I give thanks for the perfect, immediate right results. I rejoice that I am now successful in all my ways. When the feeling of pressure or uncertainty tried to appear, he affirmed, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. My accomplishments are many. I am divinely equipped to accomplish great things with ease. For business conferences, he affirmed, I pronounce this business conference and everything connected with it good. Satisfying results quickly appear. At the end of the day, instead of rehashing its events, he affirmed, this is a time of satisfying completion. I lose and let go this day. The divine intelligence establishes only good from it. All else fades away. For a night of rest and in preparation for a successful tomorrow, he affirmed, as I lie down to peaceful sleep, I thank God for my successful day. I rest easily, knowing that divine intelligence is renewing my mind and body and preparing me for an even more successful day tomorrow. Your real work lies before you. You can know that your real work lies in a straight line before you. A new opportunity will open whenever you have gained all the discipline and knowledge that the old work has to offer you. Meanwhile, remind yourself that there is no work that is high or low, so long as it is essential to the welfare of anyone. So perform it as efficiently as you can, as long as you are active in it. When asking for guidance while holding expanded ideas, it helps to face your present experiences, reminding yourself, this too shall pass. You should endeavor to live normally in the midst of present job dissatisfaction, at the same time making the most of your present work. This helps you to remain steady in working toward greater good. Of course, everyone who tries to be true to the highest, especially in his work, has periods of intense discouragement. There is no disgrace in becoming discouraged. It is disgraceful to let discouragement overwhelm you, possess you, and rob your mind of its wonderful visions of success which you are striving toward. In the face of discouragement, your function is to concentrate on your higher ideals of more satisfying work, and then to declare a divine solution for the experiences of the moment. James Allen explains, your circumstances may be uncongenial, but they shall not long remain so if you perceive an ideal and strive to reach it. You cannot travel within and stand still without. When you seem downcast, it is helpful to remember that it is darkest just before the dawn of new good. Despair is usually an emotion indication that the tide is turning and that the dawn is coming sooner than you think. As you continue to travel within, the without will take care of itself. If necessary, use the mental law of reversal on the situation. Someone had said that in the mental realm, thought can conceive of opposites and produce them more easily than thought can accept a gradual degree of good and produce it. A radical change of view often clears the mind of cluttered, limited ideas so that the mental swing to the opposite can produce an opposite result quickly. Dare to be a spiritual architect and to build pictures of larger good. Dare to enjoy these pictures of increased good mentally as you go about your daily tasks. Feel and visualize success right in the midst of dissatisfaction. Dare to affirm rich, unlimited success for yourself, no matter what is happening to you or around you at the moment. Declare, this or something better, Father, thy supreme good will be done. Expect changes for the better. Then remind yourself that you do not make things better by fighting present unhappy working conditions. You do not make things better by blaming others for your disappointments and failure experiences. Take a non-resistant attitude towards present conditions. See that they are already changing for the better. When things appear at a standstill, remember the principle of physics, which states that the entire universe is in constant motion, that we live, move, and have in our being an ocean of motion, though with our 5 outer senses we do not fully realize it. Nothing stands still. Everything is constantly changing, whether it seems to be or not. If you expect such changes to be for the better, they will surely come. In periods when you know changes are working but are not yet apparent, don't be misled by fear thoughts which try to convince you that your higher ideas are too good to be true, too wonderful to happen, or too good to last. When fear or doubt arise, put your best foot forward and do something definite to affect the successful feeling and the successful look, so as to convince not only yourself but others that you are succeeding. One who conquers doubt and fear conquers failure. It helps tremendously for others to think that you are succeeding, whether your success seems evident to you at the moment or not. You reap the real benefits of others' thoughts and expectancies for your success. Coupled with your own, they can expedite the results of success in your life. The saturation technique. Saturate yourself in atmospheres of plenty and in associations with successful people. When trying to convince yourself that greater success and prosperity can be and shall be yours, but there seems no evidence of it at present, that is the time to walk through the banks of your city, observing all the successful people who have plenty of money to work with. That is the time to visit lovely surroundings in beautiful new buildings and stores. Move through the richest sections of your city and countryside where the riches of God and man are in evidence. Associate with creative individuals of rich talent, such as artists and intellectuals, if that brings you an enriched feeling. If attending operas and concerts or visiting art galleries makes you feel rich, do so. It might be that listening to music recordings or hearing lectures on cultural subjects will inspire you. I find it helpful to read the success stories and autobiographies of famous people. When we realize the challenges which celebrated people have met and overcome, our own slack period seems slight by comparison, and we get a renewed feeling that we definitely can and shall succeed. During one difficult period in my life, I found that by taking art lessons and doing some painting, my discouragement was soon transformed into hope for a better future. I know of a lady who conquered despondency by working daily in her lovely rose garden. If it is the out of doors that gives you a feeling of richness, then enjoy more sunshine, fresh air, and the peacefulness of Mother Nature. Attendance at sports events can recharge your mental batteries. Active participation in sports such as golf, horseback riding, fishing, or swimming can help to relieve mental sluggishness. At other times, a long walk or ride in the country gives you the lift you need. A businessman recently wrote me that this had long been his method for overcoming discouragement. The beauty of antiques, interior decorating, preparation of exotic foods, or the creation of special clothes can add to your feeling of richness. At still another tense period in my life, I found great joy in working with a dressmaker toward the design and creation of my clothes, and turned my attention away from my present job dissatisfaction long enough for the problem to work out, and a change in jobs came. Perhaps reading the classics or the Bible or participation in certain quiet games will uplift you. Having quiet times to absorb new ideas is helpful. I like to read Sunday papers from all over the nation. Just by browsing through them, studying the ads showing beautiful clothes, faraway places, and reports of new books, art, and music, I derive a heightened sense of freedom and richness. It is never a waste of time to saturate your mind, body, and affairs in rich ideas, rich associations, rich atmospheres, and in any activity, inner or outer, which brings a feeling of richness to your inner being. Especially during those periods when it seems that success is slow in manifesting. Especially, make good use of your free time. In the course of your daily activities, you may not be free to saturate yourself with those things which make you feel rich. But in your off hours, you can surely find uplift in new diversions, although some free time should be devoted to additional study and self-improvement so that you can uncover greater job satisfaction. Years ago, when my life was burdened by limitation, the only way I could gain a sense of freedom and the vision of possible success was to slip away for a quiet, leisurely walk around the block toward the end of each day. Yet that simple act enabled me to hold on to my higher visions of good so that they were later able to manifest. This is a rich universe with countless ways to shower its blessings upon us when we keep our expectancy high. Daily remind yourself that your cup is really half full rather than half empty. Make the most of your present situation. Whether it is more satisfaction in your present work or another step up the ladder in your work, or whether it is a whole new career you desire or financial freedom from all organized work, in any event, your goal can be attained. You need not feel trapped by present conditions. There is always something you can do about it. A good statement to use in calling forth the right result, whether it would mean remaining in your present place or going on to another work, is this: Divine intelligence now works in me and my life and affairs, to will and to do whatever is for my highest good, and divine intelligence cannot fail. If you are convinced that your present work is not satisfying and cannot become so, set about changing the situation by declaring, I am now shown new ways of living and new methods of work. I am not confined to the ways and methods of the past. I experience my perfect work in the perfect way, which now renders me perfect satisfaction and perfect pay. Follow through on whatever ideas or events that present themselves to you for change. Stop thinking about or talking about present dissatisfaction. Forget it. Let it go. Then begin bringing about order, harmony, and beauty into your present job. If you are dissatisfied, set about doing everything possible to make your job more pleasant and orderly. Clean out file drawers, straighten up your desk, add a plant or something of beauty which you and others can view often for a quick lift. Give fellow workers the benefit of your spoken praise, sincere appreciation, words of kindness, as well as your silent prayers and blessings. Above all, remind yourself that you are a mental part of whatever situation in which you now find yourself. As you give any situation the benefit of your highest thoughts and actions, you help to establish order, harmony, and satisfaction for all concerned. When you make the best of your present situation, you can be assured that greater good will reveal itself. Meanwhile, as it is written, "Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with all thy might." In other words, as a friend of mine has often said, when you go through hell, make it pay with greater understanding than you previously had, and the result of good from that experience will be lasting. Free yourself of criticism. Dare to think, act, and react differently from those who are poverty-prone, unless you want to remain with them at the bottom of the ladder. There is plenty of room at the top in any line of work or profession for those who dare to free themselves of the usual thoughts of bickering, jealousies, and petty criticisms entertained by many people. When you are tempted to join in the chorus of such mass negative thought, declare instead, "There is no criticism in me, for me, or against me. The supreme law of good is now in charge of my life, and divine harmony now reigns supreme in me and in my world." This realization protects you from the negative thoughts of others. Give them in turn the blessing and protection of your constructive attitudes. Are you thinking, but is this worthwhile? Listen. The greatest knowledge which you can gain about yourself and your fellow beings is that one person thinking and acting constructively in any situation cannot fail to produce good results. All mankind is hungry for constructive attitudes, actions, and reactions, and quickly responds to them. I once observed this happen in a situation involving two junior members of a large law firm. Known for its belief in hard work and productive results, their firm was very prosperous, as were all of its members. One of the junior law firm members was a happy, optimistic, joyous individual. He did not hesitate to pay a compliment when it was due, or to show kindness and courtesy to everyone he met. No one was too insignificant to receive kind attention from him. This young man apparently did not know what it was to criticize, condemn, or complain. The other lawyer was actually better qualified for the work they were both doing. Because he held one more college degree than the first man, the law firm was paying him several $100s more per month. Thus, he had every advantage over the first man, or so one would suppose. But this high-paid lawyer was a quiet complainer, and nothing could please him. Details upset him, people upset him, an unexpected assignment upset him, everything upset him. Within a year, he was no longer employed by this firm. Within that same year, the other attorney had been promoted into his position and salary. Later, this junior partner became a full-fledged member of the firm. Never in the history of that firm had any lawyer been advanced so rapidly into responsibility or in financial compensation. Take a new lease on life. It has been said that work is the highest form of pay. Whether work is pleasant activity or laborious toil depends on your attitudes about yourself, others, and the world in general. Be assured that work is divine, and that your true work and your true compensation seek you as much as you seek them. Man's true work is that which he does best, and from which he derives deep satisfaction. Take a new lease on life right now, no matter what your life situation. Begin by boldly declaring, as did Charles Fillmore at the age of 93, "I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm, and spring forth with a mighty faith to do the things that ought to be done by me." Join countless others in getting into work or self-expression in some form that satisfies you by using this success formula. 1. As nearly as you can, form a mental picture of what you want your life to be like. 2. After forming a picture of what you desire, begin developing and living your desire mentally. Begin thinking of the desired results as though they were already obtained. You thereby take mental possession of your desired good and quicken its manifestation. 3. Ask divine intelligence to show you the next step towards attaining your desired picture of good. You will be shown, whether it means going to night school for more courses of study, making drastic changes in your work and way of life, or developing a more constructive attitude about your present job and its potential. As you are shown the next step, boldly follow it faith, knowing it can lead only to richer satisfaction. 4. Persist and persevere in knowing that congenial work can and shall be yours. Emerson has said that everything has a price, and if that price is not paid, then not that thing but something else is obtained. So persist in paying the price in inner and outer ways so that you shall have from life what you truly desire. 5. Continue giving your best in your present situation, even though you may be mentally living beyond it. And above all, keep your spirits high through the law of saturation. Truly, as you travel within these various ways, you cannot stand still without.